Oh my banger, we live. Oh my banger, we live. Oh yeah, who cares? Going live. In 5, 4, 3, 2. No, I'm just playing. Let's see if we could get days.
I am here.
Yo, hey man, that's the Who Cares spirit, man. Niggas picking up on the first ring and shit. We need.
I ain't need to leave you hanging.
Yeah, we need more guests like you. But hold on, let me do what's now being referred to as my housekeeping. People, welcome to another edition of the Heezy Hoopcast, powered by AnimalHeezy.com. Please visit AnimalHeezy.com at your earliest convenience and invite yourself to betterness. And at this time, like I always do, I want to say R.I.P. my big homie Kahuna, R.I.P. my nigga Ray Ju Goku. Y'all the reason we still holding down so tough out here. Today's session is sponsored by 211 Loggers, because the liquor stores is closed today. Hey, is the liquor stores closed out there today?
Don't give me the line. I get it regardless. Let me see.
My nigga plugged in these streets.
Yeah, I'm gonna have it. I mean, shit. But I can't even call it. I usually get right like around Thursday or Friday, and then I stay ducked off in the crib or whatever.
I feel you, my nigga. So yeah, man. Today's house guest, friend of the Hoopcast, live from St. Louis. We
out here.
Producer, content creator. Any other accolades you want to add to the list?
Shit. A father, a brother, a nephew, a son, all that good shit.
We have my nigga Trifecta from the Lou.
What is up? Yeah, we out here. It's a little chilly. We getting cold spit from the sky on us today. But it's still a good day.
Yeah, it's kind of warm out here and shit, but no shit, man. Like, to make sure I got this shit done in a timely fashion, man, I'm pulled over in a random parking lot, and I swear I just saw a goose poke his head out from, it's like inside a residence, like a goose opened the blinds and looked out at me, and then just kind of slinked off, but. That don't even matter, man. I'm currently live from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, man. Iron Bread versus Yoga live from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where next week they're going to be holding a White Lives Matter rally around the corner from where I'm at.
It's lit. What you gonna wear to it?
Say what?
What you gonna wear to it?
Man, shit, nigga, boy,
you gotta report live.
yeah, yo, man. Hey, I think the Hoopcast is coming live from the White Lives Matter rally, nigga. And
oh man,
I don't know. I might have a pillowcase with the eyes cut out and everything, but only.
You probably gonna need that. It's Murfreesboro. I mean, you probably gonna want to do that. You gotta infiltrate.
Hey, I'm out here while it's safe right now, man. This shit crazy, but I was definitely thinking about pulling up and shit, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't even gonna get into that shit because this could turn into a political pod real quick, and I really just got done having like this long ass conversation, you know what I'm saying, with one of my white buddies about all of this shit, and I'm exhausted from it, so I'm ready to stick to sports. How about you, my nigga?
Fuck it, let's dive in.
Alright, well, man, a random little tidbit of information and shit. I'm just here's my curveball and shit. I noticed that I noticed that Steph passed somebody. I can't remember who it was, but he passed somebody to become second all-time assist leader on the Golden State Warriors.
Shit. I wasn't even tracking this stat. I don't discredit it.
Yeah, man, this the Hoopcast, man. Where we more than welcome to be wrong about shit.
No, shit. That's something I gotta check up on. Let me see what's up with Stephanie's stats and shit. I know that Dre. What did he do? I think he done played in 400 games, regular season games so far. That's the only stat milestone that I remember as of current. But you were probably right, if not in the ballpark of that.
Yeah, man. Nah, I think I saw it come across like during the game and shit. You know, like these days they make like big ass graphics for shit. You know, and if I'm not mistaken, which is what's really mind blowing and noteworthy about this shit to me, is that the guy who's in first place, all time assist leader for Golden State, is some nigga named Guy Rogers, and he a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Guy Rogers. And look, my nigga, when they said that shit, when they said Guy Rogers was the all-time assist leader, first off, shout out to a nigga being the all-time assist leader. I still feel like it should be one of these white guys or some shit that, you know what I'm saying, that got that title or some shit. But it's a nigga named Guy Rogers. So I went to go look on YouTube for Guy Rogers highlights. Like, damn, like, I ain't never even heard of Guy Rogers, and this nigga is the all-time assist leader for, you know, a major NBA franchise, or at least it's major right now. So I'm like, who is this guy? And man, I swear this was the most looking down at his dribble ass nigga. And it was definitely, it was definitely from a simpler time in the NBA, you know. And one more thing, just on top of that, I was looking at Guy Rogers highlights, nigga. They showed him shooting free throws as part of his highlights. But do you know why that was part of his highlights?
He was doing it underhand.
He was doing it underhanded, my nigga. The number one assist leader consistent on the Warriors is a nigga who looked down at his dribble and shot underhanded free throws. This nigga had to play in the 30s. So,
back in the 60s, they was jamming.
You know what I'm saying? And setting incredible records, you know what I'm saying? But that's, to me, a testament to how, first off, how great the league is right now. Any of you I hate NBA guys, racist Colin Kaepernick guys, y'all could eat a dick, dog. This is the greatest show on earth, the greatest show on sports there's damn near ever been in any season of any sport at any time. But it's also a testament to how quick the Warriors kind of came up in this way and shit and became a powerhouse like out of nowhere, where, you know what I'm saying, Steph Curry, who is already one of the greatest players of all time, is still taking the back seat and assist to on his franchise to Guy Rogers.
Yeah, he gone.
That's how long this franchise ain't been shit.
Guy Rogers has the record at 48.55, 4,855 dimes. Steph got 39.32. That's 3,932. So he got a ways to go, and he might not. I don't know. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know if he gonna catch Guy. He gonna have to.
Oh, we don't know if he gonna catch Guy.
He got to hoop with his head down and hope and pray.
Man, I somehow think the league don't work like that no more.
Yeah, it's so much more competitive. Everybody, it's like the top. It's. I want to say it's the best basketball we've ever seen, but then old people are gonna be like, all right.
Hey, fuck them all niggas, nigga. This the Hoopcast, nigga.
I mean, me and you know, but it's weird because like you can watch YouTube and you can see the guys shooting their underhand shots and they hook shots and shit, and you know they doing they getting their triple doubles and quadruple doubles and all that shit on people that's like 5'8" and under and shit. But like this is right now, you got the tallest of the tallest, like across the lineup, the tallest of the tallest, the most athletic of the most athletic, the most skilled of the most skilled. These cats do this all year round. They not just doing like, you know, they're not just lifting weights and you know, running drills in the gym. Like, they're doing everything. They got analytics involved. Like, this shit is crazy, and they still out here breaking records and setting new records and surpassing highlights that we thought was crazy back when AI was playing.
Yes, Lord. And so I will just ask you this question explicitly then. Do you think this is the most talent that's ever been in the league at one time? And if not, give me, you know what I'm saying, not even a year if you can't pinpoint it to a year, but a time period that was comparable. Hey, for my Hoopcast listeners, everybody who's not quite acquainted, man, you know what I'm saying, my guy Trifecta been on the Golden State train damn near since this newfangled Golden State team came about. You know what I'm saying? It was one of the only people that I saw that was like willing to rep that shit when they was just a team full of light-skinned pussies, you know, just according to Twitter lore.
They've been my guy since '95. I stand on that.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, since '95, like them and the Knicks. I'm in St. Louis, so we ain't had a team since Lenny Wilkins was playing with like a dribbling with his head down and shit.
Nigga, you said since Lenny Wilkins was playing. You had me at playing, nigga.
Yeah. So basically, like being from a spot that ain't got a team, you know, you kind of just pick one, or you might have some cousins that live in another city and they got the team, so you rep them. We really supposed to be, I guess, technically repping anything that's like either Memphis, Chicago, or OKC is what a lot of people have been doing too, since it's close to us in proximity. But I'm like, fuck that. I fuck with the Knicks. I fuck with Golden State, but I don't really fuck with the Knicks no more since they actually, like, when they went ahead and hired Phil, I was off it because he was talking that triangle shit, and it ain't make no sense because he didn't have what he needed for all of that. Plus, the way that the game is played, it ain't at a pace where you can really run a triangle yet. Like, and like I said, he didn't have the horses to make it work. But yeah, 95. I vividly remember playing NBA Live 95, trying to find a team that I'm gonna run with. I ended up just always going back to Golden State, and I just stuck with it. And back when Monte Ellis was dropping 45 on people with them, that was my team. Back when Larry Hughes was with them dropping 45 on people, that was my team. Back when Mullen and Hardaway was fucking doing their thing, that was my team. Back when Sprewell choked out fucking Carlizimo, that was my team. It's always on my team.
That's real in the field, nigga. I really have not, like, as a real nigga that, like, yo, I'm a fan of just basketball itself. So,
yeah.
I haven't paid attention to Golden State since, you know, the Mullen Hardaway days and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that was mostly because I remember being a kid and having like some VHS tape in the crib where, you know, it was like Chris Mullen and Tim Hardaway, you know, talking and doing basketball drills. I don't know what that tape was. I don't know where it went. I don't know what it was called. I just remember seeing that shit as a kid, and it was just like, those guys are awesome. And
it sounded like one of them old gyms, like that. What was that? That Michael Jordan had. What was that shit called? Follow Me. Hey, people gonna kill me for this, but I can't remember that shit.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Famous. Yeah.
I can't think of the name of that shit either, but yeah, it was definitely like that shit, except Jordan shit kind of had like a little bit more like, I don't know, like seriousness to it or whatever, and they shit was a little bit more lighthearted or whatever. But yeah, after them niggas though, didn't really like the Warriors. Even the Warriors on PlayStation, nigga, wouldn't even like. I wasn't paying attention to them niggas. So, you know what I'm saying? When they put this,
like when you have NBA Jam, like when you get to like one year it was one of them years NBA Jam where you didn't only just have 2 or 3 people to pick from. You could cycle through like 6 people for the team. And that was one of them years where like I think it might have been who was on. It might have been like Tom Gugliotta on the team at that time or something.
Oh shit.
You were just kind of out. You was definitely skipping over Golden State back then.
And even in the NBA street days, you know what I'm saying? I feel like,
Oh yeah.
They might have had like Mike Dunleavy on the squad and shit. Like
yeah.
Like that squad was a squad that like I would never pick, and if like my dude in NBA Street Volume 2 got drafted to the Nuggets, nigga, I'm trying to undo that shit. But I mean, did I say the Nuggets? I meant the Warriors. If they got drafted to the Warriors, nigga, I'm just canceling that shit before the save.
It was pretty much the same thing around it. Even though I think back then maybe the Nuggets were better because they had Mutombo and Mahmoud probably around that time period. So the Nuggets even had one up. LaFonso Ellis, they even had a few up on Golden State at a certain point.
Oh yeah, at a few periods, you know what I'm saying, they had something up. But but when they came together with this squad and shit, you know, I was a Steph fan off rip and shit just because it's this thing where honestly it's like I wasn't much of a basketball player because I was probably more artistic than anything and shit. So, you know what I'm saying, I probably did more drawing and songwriting and making beats than anything and shit. But, you know what I'm saying, I always been in love with the game and shit. And I always love to hoop, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck what my stat line at the end of the day is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love getting out there and shit, and even to this day and shit. So it's like niggas like Rondo and Steph who kind of, you know, was not the Tracy McGrady's, not the Vince Carter's, not the Kobe Bryant's and shit, and was still, you know, giving your ass work. Them was the niggas games that I always appreciated because I felt like if I ever really, you know what I'm saying, fine-tune my craft at basketball and shit, that I would probably play a style closer to a Rondo or a Steph than, you know, T-Mac or Kobe or something like that. So...
Oh yeah, I think that's the appeal that they have with everybody right now.
Especially
like,
Steph.
Especially Steph. Like when everything hit a couple years ago, it was like that. It brought everybody kind of back to the table because, like we said earlier in the beginning, like the game so far right now has just been so crazy athletic and above the rim that you needed somebody else to bring back the people that play below the rim to have interest in basketball and fundamentals and stuff and trick plays and different shit like that. That Steph kind of helped reel in some of those other fans that were just so casual. Like I was talking to somebody. I think I was talking to this white guy one day at Jiffy Lube. Sitting there waiting on our.
I love the scenario being set up.
Yeah, it was so weird because, you know, you go and get your oil change. You're not figuring you finna have like an in-depth, you know, conversation about basketball or culture, with some random stranger at Jiffy Lube. But basically, he said, like, as a white guy, like, he really started paying attention to basketball again more when Steph had got popular because he could relate to being out on the basketball court and shooting the ball and it going in, or being quick to a spot, or doing something defensively more than he could, going up and trying to dunk over somebody. Because that's, after Jordan was, dunking from free throw lines and shit, the game was like, you got to dunk on people.
And two, I also think like that there's like I think there's like a little difference too, because like Jordan would, attack you. and you can
Right.
do your worst on him, and he's still coming straight at you. As to where,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, a nigga like Steph plays in space and finds that space, finds those spots and shit, which is, you know, what's crazy. Like when I was playing, you know what I'm saying, before the real emergence of Steph, it was like, you know, I was always like, nigga, I'ma just find space. And it was like, that's my best shot. I ain't even think that was like actually the way that you could ever dominate a game. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
Exactly.
that's just my best shot. You know what I'm saying? Not being athletic as anybody else on the court and shit. And then, so for him to take that from like a my best shot at survival tactic to this is the tactic that dominates the league, you know, through him, and also now that it's so many other players that play like that now, it's incredible to me.
Yeah, it changed. It revolutionized the game a
Yep.
little bit, just a tad bit. Not
A
saying that
lot.
nobody was ever shooting threes before Steph and Clay and shit, but you know, because we had seen glimpses of that through Dan Tony's coaching, where it's pretty much a free for all. We gotta get more possessions, and really that's all it was. It was Kerr deciding that if I got the horses, then we need to try to get as many possessions in the game as possible, because those possessions lead to more opportunities to put the ball in the hole, however we going to do it. And then the three-point shot, you're getting an extra point for getting it through the hole, just on some basic math shit. And he had the horses where he could just say, well, fuck it, let's go ahead and try it this way then. And you know, if we're successful, then everybody else just got to keep up, and that's what's happening now. Where
Which was a big if at the time. I feel like that was a big if.
It was a huge if, but when you a team like Golden State coming from out of nowhere, not expected to be anybody, let alone make a playoff, you know, any type of playoff, at a time where you got LeBron dominating and it's still pretty much above the rim type game. You ain't really have shit to lose.
But that's what's so crazy about this Warriors team to me is that, like, I think it took real deal balls to, you know, because you already know, like, the mantra around basketball period before Golden State was live by the three, die by the three. And it was, you cannot win that way. And it was teams that would never even attempt some shit like that, because it was like damn near basketball biblical. Like, you don't do that because you can't do that. And then these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, during the Obama presidency said, yes, we can. And
right.
And then fucking did it, because a part of the simple math as well, in addition to 3 is more than 2, is, you know, 2s are effectively in the old league worth more because the 3 has such a lower chance of going
the
in.
percentage is definitely different.
You know what I'm
what
saying? So, and that's why I think the skill level is extremely different now. Anyway, even if you want to call it, even if the old heads want to call it cheap, and you know what I'm saying, because a lot of games do get boring when it's just, you know what I'm saying, drive, kick to the 3-point line, and you just see that shit all night. It does get a little bit boring, but it does add up in the form of 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. But the fact that these young niggas can hit this shit now, like, it's no longer, you know, a risky shot, a low percentage shot. And not only is it no longer a low percentage shot, Golden State possesses, you know, it's like 80% of their team can hit that shot.
Right, and that's the thing too. When you really pay attention to it, if somebody's out on the wing for a 3 and they wide open, that's a free throw, and that's a free 3 points now, because everybody is skilled at shooting the 3 now. Like, even the whole industry of professional basketball has changed to the point that Dwight Howard is practicing threes, and all these bigs are practicing threes. You got somebody like,
and we witnessing Dwight
Brook
Howard be
Lopez.
phased out the league, and the Dwight Howards of the world being phased out the league.
Right, they have to, it's either get with it or get lost.
Yes, Lord.
But yeah, you got bigs that are still like that, like Brook Lopez, who is extending his career a little bit low key because he always injury prone. Now he can kind of he's not the greatest. He don't have the greatest handle for a big man, but he can do a little. He's a threat, and he can shoot that three better. So it's like the whole game has changed until the next thing is ushered in. This is basketball as some people will ever know in their lifetime. This is what basketball is. And not to say that Steph and Kerr and them started it, but they definitely are getting the light. They
started
poster
it.
Children of shooting threes and shit.
In
volume.
Yeah, like, even, okay, so in lieu of all of the Golden State praise, of course it's a natural segue into this Golden State Warriors juggernaut losing to my Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And that's why this is a perfect storm with you being the Warriors fan, and I'm glad I could make this happen. With you being the Warriors fan, with me being the Grizz homer and shit. Oh man, this shit, man, we could just swim around in this sauce.
And I just want to preface it by letting people know that me and you have definitely spent time talking about not just this game, the past, but just basketball in general, on top of what Golden State is and what the Grizzlies are and the state of basketball. So we're both definitely not just tunnel visioned on two teams, and we definitely have we're balanced in our opinion of our teams. Like, we're not just gonna all out homer and not.
Oh, I'm going homer today.
You can take your victory lap.
Oh, look, I need this one. We need this one, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how the rest of this season gonna turn out, nigga, but this one.
Because as a Memphis fan, you over there, you still don't know who all on your roster. So you can definitely enjoy this win.
Yeah, I can name about 6 niggas.
I hipped you to Dylan Brooks.
Nah, I had been hearing about Dylan Brooks, but you definitely was like, you know what I'm saying, he wanted to watch, like, keep your eye on him and shit. So,
y'all got a good one there.
Yeah, man, and even, Jermichael Green, I didn't
hustle.
I didn't, when it's just one of them things, like, Grizzlies are infamous for those nondescript rosters and shit. Like, as a Grizz homer, I found myself often throughout the years, like, taking a good look at the roster, because I hit Google quick as a motherfucker, and being like, or even just watching the game, being like, who? Like, who, nigga, who is this nigga? Who?
It's like y'all are that franchise right now that has that branded to a T. Like, y'all gonna win. Y'all gonna make the playoffs. And still probably not gonna know them bench players that's getting probably some decent minutes. That's just the Grizzlies. They go out and they scout good. They scout good. These guys, we might not know them, but they ball.
Well, when we talk about Grizzly scouting, like, the issue I've had for so long with the Grizzlies, you know what I'm saying, it's like, it's gonna be support. Once they started rolling and shit, it was like, look, win, lose, draw, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's Memphis basketball. We out here. We done already made history for Memphis and shit. Fuck the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Shit made history in the city. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas used to play in the pyramid. And, cause we in the FedEx Forum now. Niggas used to play in the pyramid, which now has Bass Pro Shop slapped on it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even an arena no more. But them niggas used to play in the pyramid when, the team was really so pedestrian. I mean, we had Jason Williams, but the rest of the team was so pedestrian that we would have to advertise other people coming to play. Like, it wasn't like, see your Memphis Grizzlies. It was like Grizzlies versus Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, and even the the Matter buses, the public transportation in Memphis. They would have like Kobe banners on the Memphis advertisement, or when Michael Jordan was with the Wizards and came to play. You know what I'm saying? They would have, Michael Jordan in the Wizards jersey, like Michael Jordan is coming. They would be advertising it like that. So to see it come from that to this. But one of my issues always been, the shooting. Like, I get niggas play the bullet ball. I get how niggas approach this shit, and I'm just like, okay, with shooting, wouldn't we just be,
right?
I don't know, going to the finals or some shit? Like, I don't know, if we slowing down every best team, if we could play Miami, slow them down. Back when it was the big three, Miami Heat. If we could play the current Golden State Warriors or go against the Clippers and be expected to slow them down, I don't know. With just a couple real deal shooters, would we have a better chance, or would we just, could we stop just bruising people on their way to the finals? But it seems like they've solved that problem. Like, I didn't see the game. I saw the highlights and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm running around like crazy. But I saw the highlights, and it was like, I saw a lot of threes, more threes. I'm willing to go out on this limb right now and say I saw more threes go in this game than I damn near ever seen in a Memphis Grizzlies game, period. I was just thinking about that motherfucker.
The effect that's the influence that Golden State will have when you play them, because you already got to know you got to slow them down and you got to keep pace with them somehow. And like I said, it's real simple math. These threes are finna go in, and it's like extra points.
Which so give me a quick second to say this. Like, I thought it was always simple math. Like, okay, Rockets are going off shooting threes. Golden State's going off shooting threes. Spurs going off shooting threes. Why have we not adapted to this yet? Why have we not adapted to this simple math? And I didn't even know half the niggas hitting these threes last night and shit. But, you know what I'm saying, it was gonna my nigga CP back, you know what I'm saying? Marc Gasol out there, like, yo, this Grizzlies team this is different.
They finally have the guys to make those shots, and who can also play D a whole game. When you really pay attention to basketball, like right before now, it was like, okay, the Warriors, they run and they shoot threes, so all we got to do is shoot threes too. But it's like, no, you have to defend them too. So you got to have horses out there that can defend on defense, and then come down and still have legs to hit shots on offense. And a couple teams crash and burn. We won't say their names, but now everybody's structuring their teams so that they can match that. And the Grizzlies, low key, they have everything you need to beat the Warriors. They got the dominance inside. You can't, when you say centers in the league, even though people don't even really trip off of centers too much no more,
you gotta trip off Marc Gasol. You gotta trip. You gotta trip and fall.
Yeah, you're gonna skip over him, but when you notice that you left out Marc Gasol, you're gonna apologize.
You're gonna slap yourself silly.
Because he's probably the best. He's probably the best in the game. He defends and he scores, and you're gonna have to figure out something to stop him, or else he's gonna do like he did, the other day.
Did you see the way he hit Clay, bruh?
Yeah.
I know you saw it. I know you saw it.
Yeah. Hey. That was the thing. That's what I was trying to say, though, earlier. Like,
have you ever seen a center do that to a two guard?
It's some Sabonis shit. I've seen Sabonis do that before he couldn't hoop no more. Sabonis was sneaky shit. But yeah, that's the thing though. Clay was at a point in the game where they were stressed, and everybody on the floor for the Grizzlies was a threat, and Golden State was playing from behind. So he got kind of caught on the island where as though, okay, I probably don't necessarily need to guard Gasol at the top of the key at behind the 3-point line. So let me help out on this in the passing lanes on defense. Let me see who cutting behind me. He took a glimpse, and then he looked back right quick because you got to respect Marc Gasol's passing ability. And then Marc Gasol made that move, and Clay kind of overcommitted. And Gasol pulled it back. Clay was stuck out there looking homeless. So
I have never seen a center look that creative on the 3-point line.
Nah, he's hell when he's well.
And then nailed it.
A lot of my favorite players, You said what?
I said, and then he nailed it. Like he hit him with the thing, and then nailed the jumper. Like Marc Gasol for president.
You're gonna see that quite a bit this year from him and other bigs. Because that's really the most dangerous thing to have on your team is a big who can defend. And the
most dangerous thing to have against Golden State.
Oh yeah, well that's the most. Like for real, you honestly don't have to have a center that can do all of that and still be able to be Golden State. You just got to have a competent center that's threatening in some aspect of his game. Like if you got a center that's going to eat all the rebounds, that's going to hurt Golden State. If you got a center that's going to flash and catch lobs like Capella and DeAndre Jordan, that's going to be a threat to Golden State. But if you got lapses anywhere else on the floor, then Golden State just gonna go to that. They're gonna avoid that danger zone and just keep eating the mismatch.
Okay, so for you know how it was coming into the season, everybody is playing for an opportunity to lose to Golden State because there is simply, according to narrative, no answer for Golden State. Have we been overlooking the answer the entire time with the Memphis Grizzlies?
Yes and no. As far as playing a couple games and being able to beat Golden State, yes, we've been overlooking the Grizzlies because a lot of people don't even consider the Grizzlies a team that will probably make the playoffs,
which is their fault
because they all caught up in the OKC shit and the Houston shit, and all the other teams is doing goofy shit with their rosters because they stressed because Golden State got KD. And then two, Memphis, their games ain't really that sexy. They ain't got nobody going above the rim doing no crazy shit. It's so fundamental that it's like boring. So people automatically kind of like forget them. Now, in the short term, in a couple games, like, regular season, you're going to see Golden State twice. Memphis could probably beat us twice. If we had to sit down in a 7-game series.
That's where I was about to go. I'm like, do you not think Memphis can give Golden State 7 games?
No.
Whoo!
No. Because this is what happened. This is what happens because honestly, as a Golden State fan, I know that Memphis is a hard game for them, even aside from this year. Like, if you look back to last year, they had at least one game.
Last year before, when they played them in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if it always went 7, but it was always rough.
Yeah, it's always rough. You, as a Golden State fan, we going to beat Memphis, but you want to be able to beat them and come out healthy. It's almost like you playing a football game series with them.
Whoop that trick all-stars.
Man, just throwing bodies, playing for real D, just all up in your shit for the whole game.
Which, I know, you know what I'm saying, you're not from the city of Memphis, you're from the city of St. Louis and shit, but in Memphis, I'm sure you're aware that we held the Grit and Grind campaign in high regard, and You know, Mike Conley was kind of tertiary in that thing. Mike Conley and even Marcus All in tandem was kind of tertiary to Zebo and Tony Allen. Tony Allen out in New
Right.
Orleans now. Zebo out in Sac. And niggas was really, you know, niggas in Memphis was really lamenting this as the end of the grit and grind era and shit. Yet, you know what I'm saying? Could it truly be the end? I mean, these niggas are still playing gritty basketball, but at a higher level. And I hate to see my two niggas go, but this team looks far more impressive, at least just from this game alone, running with the Warriors. For whatever the Warriors had going on, they was going through, they still was going up against a juggernaut with, you know, a team full of people that you can't recognize in Walmart.
The thing that makes this Memphis team better than the past Memphis teams is, one, it's younger. Two, the grit and grind players, they're wings now. They're not just the shut down guard for point guards and the beast under the boards in Zebo. So instead of Tony Allen and Zebo, you got three guys that can play this new style of basketball that's all pretty much predicated on the pick and roll, and they're interchangeable. Whereas though when that pick comes from at least two or three people on the floor, once that roll happens and they have to pick up the new assignment, they can also defend that person. And that's the biggest thing with Golden State, that's the biggest problem a lot of teams had, because when you really think about it, they got Steph, they got Clay, they got KD, they got Dre. That's 4 out of 5 players on the court that when a pick and roll happens, there's going to be a mismatch. Everybody else's team only has like maybe 2 really good defenders, maybe 3. So they might be able to stop one pick and roll. They might be able to, you know, okay, we can switch on this one, but they can't switch on every pick and roll. So basically Golden State would set the pick and roll, and then now that you're scrambling, trying to figure out what to do, because now you have a man who's not equipped to guard the new man that they're guarding, the team is trying to overcompensate on defense, and they're chasing the ball, and they're going to be one step behind. Most of the time, they're 2 passes behind, and Golden State's getting an open 3 or open layup. Memphis has the tools to work that whole possession and still not give up an easy shot. There's not that many teams that's constructed like that.
Okay, we in the 2-minute warning and shit, so I'm gonna spend the last, minute or so, one of the last minutes. What's up with your boy Steph and this mouth guard shit, man? Like that nigga,
you won when he throws it.
You know it's over.
Your team is playing Steph and he throws that mouthpiece, y'all won. It's like cherry on top.
Nigga, and Steph gotta possess enough self-awareness to recognize that. Like, nigga, don't throw the mouthpiece. And, nigga, you always throwing it with such rage and shit, nigga. Like, you turn into a real light-skinned nigga. Like, you be a light-skinned champion, and then you go, like, ultra, uber light-skinned, throwing the mouthpiece and shit, man.
Okay, let me put it to you from his perspective. Just to be contrarian. So you got a guy who's low-key changed the way everybody in the league plays, who's been MVP, who's won several championships, and in crunch time he can't get a call during a game where he's trying to bring his team back and they only down under 10.
That's what I love. That's what I love about this Warriors team, though, is because after everything, they still don't respect niggas in there. So they go reload and unload on the league even harder, and that's what I love about them. But
yeah, it's crazy because when you think about it, it's like the Jordan rules. Jordan's best player in the game, most dominant. Certain plays in the game, certain parts of the game, something happens, you're gonna blow the whistle and give it to Jordan. If he fouls somebody, it ain't a foul because it's Jordan. Bron, he inherited that. Brian gonna get his calls now.
I think one person inherits it at a time, you know what I'm saying? But
and I think that's what it is, and that's why he'll throw his mouthpiece, because he's mad about that.
So we at the end of this motherfucker. My nigga Trifecta, I appreciate you, man. He's a Hoopcast. I hope we do this again soon.